there's a story written within your heart, blood, and bones. And what we're looking at here is how to open yourself up, how to remove the speck, the plank from your eye, so that you begin to connect to the real master, which is really in you. That ability to connect, that ability to relinquish oneself from darkness, it's in you. The spirit, it resides within you. Now, lifestyle is important. Fresh air, hydration, simple nutrition, reflection upon relationships, treating others as you would genuinely like to be treated, taking that to the micro, meaning your gestures, your tone of voice, the words you use, the communication, body language, right? Just being aware of what is on your own heart, because the more you tune in, as sensitivity compounds, as consciousness expands, as you begin to set those tracks that God has shown you that you're meant to set, then that entire motion, symphony, harmony, it it starts to carry you. Almost as in, if you've read The Golden Wave of Fortune. That's not the name of the book, but that's the reference. Meaning that you can surf this golden wave of fortune. And it's through frequency. But what does frequency mean? It doesn't have to be foreign or like an occult term. Frequency is simply, in other words, mood, attitude, or energy. What is energy? Your tongue from the Bible will reveal the deceitfulness in the heart. So frequency is simply awareness of what Christ talks about. It's not like battling. And also the funny part about the evil, the Illuminati, the essence of Christ is illumination. Illumination to what? It's realizing your darkness. Realizing your darkness and realizing that you cannot egotistically, through willpower, turn darkness to light. You will never be able to do it by yourself. And that's good. See, that's not bad. That's good. See, when you realize that, man, wait, I don't have to will myself through life. Yeah, I'm going to have to row. Yeah, blood, sweat, tears, work, intensity, commitment. But that doesn't mean that you're alone on this journey. That doesn't mean that you have to create the blueprint for your life. That doesn't mean that you need to force everything. I'm not saying you will be free of just the essence of being a brute is coming to me here. And honestly, through my life, like what I do, hardscaping, landscaping, freaking working out for a decade plus, basically every single day, playing football back in the day, doing jujitsu. For me, I've always been that sort of gritty, not like a brute though, because I dare not say that I'm intelligent. That just sounds stupid, right? People who think they're intelligent, that's an action of egotistical immaturity. And that's the epitome of being silly or a fool. In other words, rather a sensitivity that has not had anything to do with me. It's rather your life gets good when you surrender and devote yourself to the truth. And the truth, it can run through you, but it isn't just you. So that's the thing. It's like the moment you think you have it, you lost it. The moment you think the spirit, the truth is something that you can ever possess, you've lost it. It's something that you need to align with. It's something that you need to open yourself up to receive. It's something that you need to create a personal relationship with. It's not as in you can just possess insight, revelation, or truth. Hence the nature of miracles, right? Why do you think they're so rare and far off? And a lot of people don't believe a miracle could ever happen, as in, like, a man could heal other people. See, the nature of the unseen is such that before it's true, you have to live it. And then it's born in you. And this is why in the Bible it says something verbatim. It's very hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. That doesn't mean people in the kingdom of heaven won't have resources. It means that if your God is money, how could you enter the kingdom of heaven? So there's this intricacy of, yeah, money is not the root of evil. But if your God is money, then money's the root of evil. Do you hear what I'm saying? There's that nuance between language, right? Are we language and words, or are we the communicators of languages and words? Hence the value in nuance. What I'm saying is, does one want to be rich or truly wealthy? On one hand, you have abundance, relationships, communion, connection, generosity, love, care, play. You have all of that and more with wealth. With being rich, you have a house and you're the only one in the house. You have cars with no one to share the experience with. You have a family that you don't even truly share with or take time to be with. Those are just some examples. Ultimately, what we're looking at is just, hey, wisdom. Wisdom. The funny part, there's a dangerous trap though. And that's what I've been trying to emphasize a little bit here. The writer of Proverbs, in the later part of his life, what happened? If you have any knowledge of Mr. Solomon, he started living righteously and he went down the drain. That's why I emphasize this point of it is not through us. We are vessels. The moment you think you're wise, you've lost it. The moment you think like, oh, I'm a teacher, it's like, no, rather, it's something different. It's more so I'm always learning and I'm sharing what I'm always learning. So sure, some could say I'm teaching, but not really, because I'm learning, right? The teacher is only someone, like a true master. A master teacher is someone always learning. And that's the trouble with labels. And honestly, practically, modern therapy in this day and age is quite broken, right? Because you have a lot of insecure souls where God has put this all in accordance rightly. So I'm not saying things are bad or we need to worry or fear, but just rather use your discernment in relationship to recognizing what you're getting out of conversation with people. That's the main point. Because I'm not saying there aren't good therapists in modern therapy. That would be a oversimplification and not true. But the point I'm looking to make here is that you have a lot of people in therapy attached to being the one who helps others. If you're always the one who helps others, then how could you ever be helped? And that's what Christ was pointing at with his fucking rebellion in relationship to the Pharisees. Because who did Christ argue most with? The religious scholars. What a conundrum, huh? What a conundrum. No, that's the essence of intelligence. It's like, man, the silly fools, if you will, I say that with compassion and love, not judgment. Those Pharisees don't see that they are cutting themselves off from God through acting as if they don't need God because they know God so deeply. So in these videos, I share with you rather a testimony of what God is doing for me, through me, with me, because the meek will inherit the earth.